Hello kids, welcome to video series on the immunity immune system. In this class, we are going to briefly discuss how our defense mechanism called immune system, which plays an important role to protect our body from foreign materials. Here, what are foreign materials? If we see the bacteria, the virus, and the fungus, and the protozoans, which are called as the foreign particles which are coming from outside. Now, here against all kind of this foreign materials, our body defense mechanism initiates a kind of a resistance power that is called as immunity. A branch of science that deals with the study of immunity is called as immunology. Immunologist who is specialist in the study of the immunology. Edward Jenner, who is considered as first person to be known as the father of immunity or immune system, immunology. Here, let us talk about a few important points regarding the immune system. Here, immune system takes a specific action upon the microbes or disease causing microorganisms. Pathology, a branch of science that deals with the study of diseases and disease causing microbes. For disease causing microbes, a branch of science is given, that is microbiology. Microbiology, who is a specialist in the study of microbes. Now, these immune cells, whatever present in our body, they neutralizes this foreign materials, whatever they enters into our body. If they neutralizes, what will happen? Our body can protect ourselves from those microbes. So in this way, the immunity works in our body. Here, let us see a few important points about the immune system and its introduction. The immune system works 24 by 7, 24 by 7 day and protect our body system as a guard system. Why? Because the immune body offers three-line defense system. Do you know? There are three lines defense system present in our body. What are they? What are the three-line defense systems that are present in our body? Let us see each and every point of a three-line defense system that are present in our body. So the first line of defense system is here, the first line of defense system, second line of defense system, third line of defense system. Like this, there are three lines of defense systems are there. Let us see about these three lines of defense system that are present in our body. Now, here the pattern of defense is either innate or acquired. What is innate type of immune system? What is acquired type of immune system? We are going to see. The most external first line of defense system is the acquired immune system or acquired type of immune system by the skin. Do you know? Skin is a largest organ which is involved in the defense system, that is first line of defense system. How it acts as a first line of defense system, how it acts like a first line of defense system, and what are the evidences for that? Why? Because the skin as a first line of defense system, because it was protecting our internal organs primarily to stop entry of dust particles, not only dust particles and also the microbes into our body. Even the skin protects our blood and internal organs from these dangerous microbes. Because of this, here skin act as a first line of defense. So most of the disease causing microorganisms are prevented, killed, neutralized by the skin that contains sweat. Do you know? Our sweat contains an enzyme called lysozyme that can neutralize the bacterial cell wall. Here, most of the bacterial diseases can be prevented by this kind of lysozymatic enzymes present in the sweat, present or produced by our skin. Here, it acts as a physical barrier. One more important point is skin act as a physical barrier, and for invading immune system, the skin act as an external or physical barrier for first line of defense system. Now let us talk about few more important interesting points regarding immune system. The immune system can mount, the skin as a physical barrier which can mount an attack on the germs. How it attacks the germs? By producing lysozyme enzyme present in the sweat. Now, the sebum, not only this, the sebum, if you take the sebum with its low pH value, also acts on the germs. By the way, what is a sebum? What do you mean by a sebum? Who produces the sebum? What is the composition of sebum? Let us see and let us find out. The sebum is one of the fluid part produced by the sweat glands. Sebum is nothing but the oil substance produced by the sebaceous glands. These sebaceous glands produce a sebum contains lysozyme enzyme with a low pH value which can directly act upon the bacterial cell wall and also upon the fungus. Now, not only the sweat or sebum and also the mucus which is secreted by the glands, mucous glands. The mucus contains lysozyme enzyme which can dilute or neutralizes the bacteria and fungus. And one more important thing is this lysozyme enzyme not only present in the sweat and also in the other kind of fluids which are produced by our body. Now, epithelial layers of different internal organs. If you take internal organs, they have an epithelial covering layer. These epithelial cells also produces an antimicrobial substances which can dilute, neutralizes the bacterial cell wall. These antimicrobial proteins directly acts upon the germs or microbes and neutralize them and prevent them in our body to eradicate diseases from our body. This substances plays an important role. Microbes entering in the inhaled air absorbed by the mucus. Do you know? Here during inspiration and expiration process, a lot of amount of gases are entering into our body, right? During respiration, respiratory process, what will happen? The external air we are taking into our body. During inhalation of these gases, whenever this inhaled air enters into the lungs, directly the inhaled air absorbed by the lungs, right? Here, the respiratory organs and their lining has epithelial cells and mucous membrane. This mucous membrane, which produces the mucus, that mucus contains lysozyme enzyme. That lysozyme enzyme directly dilutes or neutralizes the cell wall and the microbial actions. Now, here the phagocytes and natural killer cells increases the immunity against all kind of microbes. There are some certain kind of cells present in the blood called natural killer cells or phagocytes which can eradicate the microbial action in our body or which can prevent ourselves from the growth of microbial culture. Now, let us talk about the second line of defense in our body. What is the second line of defense in our body? The second line of defense system in our body is based upon the temperature, which means our blood has a specific body temperature. Body naturally defends to inhibit rapid multiplication of microbes, macrophages such as phagocytic cells and digest them. Which means what I am trying to say here, whenever the microbes enters into our body, the reaction increases in the blood or reaction in our body increases gradually, which means whenever the microbial cells are seen in the body, immediately there are some cells called macrophages. The macrophages are nothing but large killer cells, large cells. Immediately they wakes up and they react with the foreign material whatever enters into them. If there is a reaction between macrophages and the foreign materials like virus or fungus, immediately the reaction, because of these reactions, antigen antibody reaction, the temperature increases. This temperature acts as a one of the second line of defense in our body, which helps to digest the all kind of foreign materials by the process of phagocytosis. These macrophages, how they act as a second line defense to increase temperature. These macrophages, when they react with the microbes, because of this temperature, here how this temperature increases, already I said to you, right? The macrophages, when they are reacting with microbes, they produces a high temperature, they releases high temperature in the system. Now the macrophages undergoes for a certain kind of process called the phagocytosis. What is phagocytosis? Let me say about phagocytosis. Let me say about phagocytosis. Let me say about phagocytosis. The phagocytosis is nothing but, let me say about phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. Here phagocytes undergoes for phagocytosis, which means if suppose these are the foreign materials and here you can see the macrophages. When these macrophages are reacting with this foreign material, immediately these foreign materials are engulfed, which means swallowed by this macrophages. This swallowing character is called as nothing but the phagocytosis, and this is one of the important reaction done by the macrophages. Now the most powerful and most auspicious line of defense in our body is the third line of defense. Why it is very precious, why it is very important? Because the complete immune system in our body depends upon this third line of defense, that is nothing but the third wall, protective layer in our body. The third line of defense is depending upon the production of two different types of cells, namely T cells and B cells. What do you mean by T cells? T cells are nothing but T lymphocytes. And what about B cells? B cells are nothing but B lymphocytes. B lymphocytes. T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes. Now, by producing these two kind of cells and antibodies, the third line of defense generally working in our body. Now let us see, thus the immune system is guardian angel in our body, acting as a body guarding system. So immune system is also known as body guarding system. Now here in the next class we are going to see about the third line of defense system, and how the various cells, what are the various cells that are involved in the third line of defense system, we are going to discuss in the next coming video. Until stay tuned and be safe. We'll meet in the next session once again. Have a nice day. Thank you.